up. Now, this next story I got, I seen it all over social media. Sister from Chicago, not Chicago, pardon me, my fault. A sister from Baltimore, she went to, I think it was Tanzania, somewhere over in Africa. She went on a trip, and she's saying that she got kidnapped and, beaten. She for sure as hell got beaten. Now, the people over there in the hotel, they all in cahoots with one another from what this FBA sister saying. They trying to act like, our sister left because she was out, partying, I think at a nightclub or something. And they try to say that she was taken from the club. She wasn't taken from the hotel. And she's saying that she was taken from the hotel and got into some cab, to my understanding, and the cab driver put hands on her. But, our sister, stood on business and fought that African tether cab driver back. You know what I mean? She stood on business and got herself up out of there. But, they really did a number on her, beat her. You know what I mean? She got scars and marks all over her. And the hotel over there in Africa, they trying to cover, and she said somebody, came to see her that said they was a cop and they weren't a cop. And when the U.S. Embassy came and things like that, they said that they don't work for law enforcement, the one that was posing as a cop. So you just never know, family. Just be careful when you go into these other countries, especially foundational Black Americans, because we hear it left and right. Foundational Black Americans going to Africa, the Caribbean, getting scammed, robbed, finesse, and some brothers and sisters don't even make it back, alive. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. So I got the audio and the video of that. Let me pull it up and we're going to talk about that. You really did a number on that sister, though. Hopefully she sued the pants off of that hotel and that cab driver and everyone else that had a hand in that. Here we go.
In Africa and barely escaped with her.
A little bit.
A Maryland woman says she was drugged and kidnapped on vacation in Africa and barely escaped with her life.
She's just gotten home, and tonight she shares her story with Bob Barnard.
I don't know what happened to me. I just know I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends, Mika.
Look at that. They really did a number on our sister. Bruised her up. She got scars around her lips and everything like that. You know what I mean? Just be careful when you're going to these other countries, FBA family. You know what I mean? Because they know you ain't from there. Most of the time, these individuals be trying to run scams, finesses, and hurt foundational Black Americans. You know what I mean? That sister's lucky that she made it up out of there, and made it up out of there with her life, But that was due to her, fighting back and standing on business. And, I didn't hear anything about, the tether trying to essay her. So luckily that didn't happen, because with these tethers and things like that, you never know what the heck these people be trying to do, what's in their minds. But, luckily our sister just made it up out of there. She got hurt a little bit, but luckily it didn't, take a more, drastic or more serious route. They could have essayed her, or even unalived our sister.
And Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday from what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations, this time to Tunisia. That's in northern Africa.
It was traumatizing. Like, even here, like now, like she got her own house, I got my own place. We stayed together. Like, we still scared because it's like, I don't even know what happened.
In the damn hotel along with the cab driver, and they had somebody for me doing my little homework and due diligence when she was talking on her TikTok page. It says she said somebody came through and posed as a cop initially. The cops were dispatched to the hotel for a disturbance, not even for, her making a complaint to the hotel staff and telling them that a cab driver had just, tried to kidnap her when she ran back in, after she was fighting with him. They just came there for, her making a disturbance. You know what I mean? The hotel called on her, So the hotel, along with this fake officers that initially came, they were all in cahoots with one another, I think, you know what I mean? And, our sister made it up out of there because when she called the U.S. Embassy, they said that they ain't have nobody that ever was dispatched there that came out, on behalf of them, the police. So this is just a bunch of nonsense. It's so many scams and things being ran in these other countries. And, just be aware of this, family. Not saying to not travel abroad and get those experiences for yourself, but you just got to be on point when you go there. Know that, you in a foreign land, and those residents, of that foreign land, they know that, and they see you as a soft target, an easy victory to finesse and, do some kind of nonsense to, at the end of the day.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know if y'all...
Mika says this past Saturday night, after returning from a club, she was drugged and kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car, and I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help, somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where he's scratching from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was nothing. It had to be angels or something with me for me to... It's a grown man. He's punching me in my face, on my forehead, and both of my eyes.
Good thing for this sister standing toe-to-toe with that tether and fighting blow for blow, you know what I mean? Because if she hadn't fought for herself, he would have probably just, took advantage of her, you know?
He's punching me, so I'm like, I just kept thinking I gotta get back home to my kids. Like, I just gotta get back home to my kids. So I just kept fighting. We're fighting. He's hitting me. We're gonna blow for blow. He's hitting me. I'm hitting him.
Queen was back at the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis. This is from its website. She says they were less than helpful.
And I'm running around the hotel looking for her. And like, bro, y'all want to tell me where she is? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
See, the hotel complicit in that whole thing. You know, she might be able to get a hefty lawsuit from this damn hotel, but I don't know how she would go about it. She need to seek out, good legal representation, you know what I mean, to go after that hotel, and find out who all the shady characters were, involved in this situation.
And they started telling me like, oh, she left with this person, or she left with this person, or she made a friend. And I'm like, how can she make a friend? She doesn't speak these languages.
Mika has 2 black eyes, scrapes on her arms, and other injuries. She was able to get away and frantically make it back to the hotel.
All I could do was like go and try to get help and go downstairs and beg for help and beg for help. Like, please, y'all help me. She was hurt. Please help me, please. I have videos. They're like walking away. They like, this didn't happen here. We don't know what you're talking about.
They called the U.S. Embassy in Tunis and were soon met by embassy.
They didn't give a damn, and they were trying to sweep that under the rug because they were more than likely complicit in that thing as well.
Staff and local police. Mika sharing her story on TikTok and Instagram.
They really tried to kidnap me in Africa. I feel like they never expected for me to come back. I was not supposed to come back to the hotel. I was supposed to, whatever plan they had for me, God had another plan.
We've reached out to the State Department, the Embassy of Tunisia in Washington, and that hotel in Tunis, but haven't heard back from any of them. If we do, we'll let you know.
Yeah, just thank God that sister made it up out of there, with her life. She got kids, for family, you know what I mean? And that could have very well ended in our sister, being unalived over there, and no one would have ever known about it, you know what I mean? But moving right along. The next